let's have a look. That is a to the power of. Okay. Now, we want you to write that into expanded form. Okay, that means you have 4 lots of brackets. Okay? Now, how can I write that into the expanded form?
Bracket a squared.
A squared. A squared.
Yeah, a squared.
A squared. Do I continue?
Yes.
A squared. Do I continue? No, because you have 4 lots of a squared. Okay? Now, everyone, please use the index law. Same base, multiplication. What do we do for the power? Add them together. Very good. So what do I have to write on the top? Very good. How many 2s?
Lots of 2.
So you have 4 lots of 2. Good. Okay. Now, the answer is a to the power of 8, because you have 4 lots of 2. Now, next one. A to the power of m to the power of 5. Okay, now write into the expanded form and then do the calculation. Could you please tell us what do I have to write here?
Is it a m plus n?
What is the expanded form?
Oh, a m times a m times a m times a m. One more.
One more, okay, good. Because you have 5 lots of the bracket. Okay? Now, according to the law, alright, this is the 3rd time I talk about the law. If you do multiplication, alright, if you do multiplication, you need to add all the power. Okay, you need to add all the power. So, a to the power of m plus m plus m. You guys please listen carefully. Okay? Okay, now you have 5 lots of m. Now, if I have 5 lots of m, that is a to the power of
5m.
5m. Because 5m means 5 lots of m. Let's have a look at this law. A to the power of m to the power of n. How many brackets are here?
And
N lots of brackets. Very good. So we have an times an. N lots of a to the power of m are multiplying. You see, this is different. This is addition. This is multiplication. Okay? So n lots of a to the power of m are multiplying. Okay, now we have n lots of. Now according to the law, if you do multiplication, we plus the power. Is that correct? Okay? Now, we have to do a to the power of m plus m plus. Now, tell me how many m's?
n.
Because you have n lots of a to the power of m, you have n lots of m. Is that correct? So here you have 3 lots of 3 to the power of 2. So you have 3 lots of 2 adding together. For this question, you have 4 lots of a squared. So here you have 4 lots of 2 adding together. This question, you have 5 lots of a to the power of m, and then you have 5 lots of m adding together. For this question, you have n lots of a to the power of m multiplying. That means you have n lots of m adding together. Okay, so you have n lots of m adding together. So your answer is a to the power of m n. Good. Okay, m n. Okay, so a to the power of m to the power of n equals a to the power of mn. So this is the law. Okay? For this law, let's have a look at how can I write the description of the law. Okay? How can I write the description? Now we still write when okay, in this situation, when raised a power to another power, what do I do for the power? We multiply the power. Good. Multiply the power. How about the base? Okay, keep the base and change. Okay, keep the base and change. So when raise a power to another power, times the power, and then keep the base unchanged. Because we always talk about the same base. 3a, and a. Okay, now for this sentence, it's very long. Now I want to change that into a different writing. So when we do raise a power to another power, which means if I do a power calculation, the power calculation, what you do is you multiply the power. Okay? This hierarchy. Okay, this one. These 3 hierarchy. Right, give you some example. Example 1. Okay, so we have 10 to the power of 3 to the power of 5. Okay, firstly, ask yourself which law I have to use. Now you don't have to remember which law, and which law. It's a lot. We just want you to remember this. Okay? Level 1, level 2, level 3, or the other way around is fine. So, for the question, what is the question? Is the power question, or the multiplication question, or the addition question? It's a power question. Okay? So, if you have the power question, what do you do for the power? You do multiplication. So, the answer is 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 15. That means you have 15 lots of 0 after 1. Okay, that's 10 to the power of 15. Okay. Question B. A to the power of 4 to the power of 4. Firstly, check. It's power question, multiplication question, or addition question. What question is that? This question is raising the power to another one. Okay? So this question is raising the power. What do you do for the power? You multiply them. Good. So this is a to the power of 4 times 4 equals a to the power of 16. Now firstly, you have to identify what kind of operation is the calculation. Okay? So for this question, this is raising the power calculation. Okay, question C. Okay, now for this question, I just give you some hints, right? Ask you the question, does 2 control negative 3? No, because it's outside the bracket, okay? How can we do that? I want you to try that first. Yeah, you can follow the back math, but you have to do the exponent first, right? B means bracket, E means exponent, so we have to do the power first. Alright, your thinking is important, everyone. For this question, a to the power of m to the power of 2, what calculation is that? What calculation is that? It's the power calculation, is that correct? So for the power calculation, what do you do for the power? You multiply them, okay? So that is 2 times m, which is 2m. Okay, now I want you to write another one which is not over there. If I write a to the power of m, negative a to the power of m to the power of 2, what is the answer? It's positive or negative? Why is positive? Because the index is even. Right? You have a pair of negative, so the answer is a to the power of 2m. Okay, very good. Now, how about this one? That will be negative a to the power of 3m. Okay? Okay, the last question. Last example. Now you have 2 parts. How can we do that? Alright, do that one by one. Now think for this hierarchy. Okay, power, multiplication, and addition. The very important thing is you have to understand in which occasion you need to multiply the index. In which situation you add all the index. Okay, you just follow this hierarchy. Now for the first part, now I want you to tell me for the first part, what operation is that? Raising the power. So if you raise the power, what do you do for the power? You multiply them. So x to the power of 6. Or you can write 2 times 3 as a procedure, that's fine. Okay? Now, we do the next one. X to the power of 15. Okay? Why it is 15? Because this is raising the power. You need to do the multiplication. Follow this. Okay? Follow this. So, 15. And then, we have to think. Multiplication. This is multiplication. What do you do for the power? Yeah. Multiplication, we do addition to the power. Just one step by one step. Okay? So that is x to the power of 21. 6 plus 15. Okay? Don't mess up those kind of calculation. I would like everyone to continue. This is a new question. Do this question. At this part, actually, that will not affect the part you have done because this is addition. We always do the addition the last step. Is that correct? Okay, but we can do this one. Is that correct? Okay, because this is 3 to the power 3. This is x to the power 3 to the power 7. So you need to multiply the index. And then we just continue. Okay, to here. Now, what is my next step? Now tell me, what is the calculation here? This is addition. What do you do for the index? Okay, you leave that, very good. So this is very important. You leave that. Now, you have x to the power of 21 plus x to the power of 21. The answer is? Very good. 2x to the power of 21. So you need to keep that unchanged. Some people got confused. Alright? Doesn't matter. Tell me.
So if you equal the same thing, you don't add it.
A plus A is 2A. A squared plus A squared is 2A squared. A to the power of 21. Okay? This is collecting like terms. Some people forgot collecting. Actually, the last step is collecting like terms. You plus the coefficient, leave the pernumeral unchanged. Okay? This is a hierarchy. If your calculation is power, you do multiplication. If your calculation is multiplication, you do addition. If your calculation is addition, you do not do anything. You keep that. You see? So lower, lower, and lower.
What if the power is different?
What do you mean?
What if the power you're adding is different?
Okay. It's a very good question. If you have x to the power 3 plus x to the power 4,
They're not like terms.
they are not like terms. Very good. So if you have a very clear concept in your mind, you know you cannot continue. That is the answer. Okay? They are not like terms. They cannot be added together. When you do addition, they should be the same thing. Like if you want to add apples, they should be all apples. If they are pears, they should be all pears. If there's apples and pears, you cannot add them together. That is addition. Okay? Good. Now, do you have any questions? So I use this question to review all situations. So, what you have to remember is this is Mr. Huang's structure. Alright? It's very confidential, secret method with a copyright. Okay? Now here I'm gonna write that. See? Alright, copyright on the screen. If you understand this, okay, you don't have to remember all the laws. They are all here. Okay? Power, multiplication. Multiplication, addition. Addition, keep. You just plus the coefficient. And once a student asks me, now in your homework, you have this question. What is the answer? 10 to the power of 7 plus 10 to the power of 7. Hey, we want you to think those questions, okay? We start from here. What calculation is that?
Multiplication.
Tell me, what is the calculation?
Multiplication.
Is that multiplication?
L.
This is the power, okay? So this is a power this is a power calculation. For the power, we need to do multiplication. So for this one is 10 to the power of 7 times 7 is 49. Okay? This calculation is power. You need to times the power. Tell me, what is this calculation? Multiplication. What do you do for the power? You add them. The answer is 10 to the power of 7 plus 7. Okay? What calculation is this one? Addition. What do you do for the power? You keep the sign and then you
I get it. There's different questions.
Okay. So the answer is 2 times 10 to the power of 7. Okay. In this one, no. Some people may think 2 times 10 is 20. So that's 20 to the power of 7. Is that correct? No. Okay. 2 times 10 to the power of 7, they don't have the same base. You cannot do any calculation. Okay? So this is not correct. Don't write that. Now I use these three to make you understand the difference of the law.